a good volume for everybody? Okay. What we'll do, panel, is share the mic. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm really honored to be asked to do this. It's a great topic, tips from the trenches. And while we sort of have some ideas of what we're going to ask, there's going to be a lot of kind of on the spot, which is very entrepreneurial to ask, answer questions that haven't been posed before. So hopefully this will be fun and engaging. But we get to be engaging first, and then we're going to turn it over later for questions to the audience. So if you do have a question, if you're afraid you're going to forget it, just jot it down, and we'll make sure to ask when we move to that part of the program. The panel, I'm going to give you guys each short intro, and then give you a chance to do an expanded bio, which might include your company pitch, short pitch for your company, and then we'll dive into questions. I'm going to ask that not everyone answer each question in serial order, because I think we might put some people to sleep on pattern recognition if we do that. So we're going to keep it lively and move the mic around. All right? Okay, I'm going to start with Paresh here. Paresh is CEO of Vendscreen. Has anyone here heard of Vendscreen? Vendscreen's been a very hot company in the news of late, and maybe the only one of us up here who's had a front page USA Today article in the last week anyway. Congratulations, Paresh. But it didn't start with Vendscreen for Paresh. He's had a lifelong passion for entrepreneurship, and at 17 he started his first vending machine company, and that helped put him through college. And actually that's my dad also started vending machines, so it's very dear to my heart. You see actual money, it's very satisfying. So anyway, he's a serial entrepreneur, obviously very successful. He was smart enough to anticipate an opportunity with vending machines that hadn't ultimately evolved in many years to incorporate some technology and brand and information opportunities, and he's recently raised a large round. I'll let him do a slightly expanded intro, and you can say more about your company than I said.
Yeah, thank you, Angela. So Vendscreen basically kind of anticipated the opportunity where, as an operator, I spent 20 years in the vending industry and realized that the vending machines really haven't changed in over 30 years. I mean, the vending experience basically is the same. You walk up, you put your buck in, you push A1, and you try to get your Cheetos, and that experience hasn't really changed in over 30 years. And we looked at it and said, the consumer marketplace has evolved significantly over the last 5 years, and we saw the opportunity where we can do a better engagement of the user at the machine. And so Vendscreen basically is a Android-based touchscreen that retrofits onto the vending machines. It creates a rich user experience where people can get product information, have various different payment options like pay with credit card, even like Google Wallet, NFC payments, do coupons and promotions like buy one, get one free, report problems from that machine, it's not taking bills or it's out of product, and just basically create an experience that is significantly different than what's out there right now. But one of the beauties of our model is that it's a retrofit model, so it kind of applies immediately to the over 5 million machines that are out there. A lot of people have done innovation in the industry before, but it's all been, new and different types of vending machines, but it never gets any traction because it's, no one wants to spend $10,000, $15,000 for a new machine with a screen, and even if you did, you weren't going to replace all 5 million of them. And so ours is a solution that just costs a few $100. You put on the machine and you basically bring it up to the digital age.
Let me regale you with an intro, Ken Levy, then you can do an expanded. Ken Levy is the CEO of Fortel, another company that's been in the news a lot recently, a Portland seed fund company. In addition to being co-founder of Fortel, Ken is also a serial entrepreneur, having started 4 companies prior to Fortel. And a little known fact, but a really significant one about Ken is he's authored 62 issued patents. So the guy's an idea mill. Right? Beyond that, he has innovations beyond patents. He's published over 140 applications and was a significant contributor at Digimarc as a director of technology. He helped create a global licensing program there, and positively affected standards and many other key aspects of the business. He's got uber many degrees, which you can read online, I can tell you he's probably one of the hardest working guys in technology, having spent 90 days in the trenches with him. And why don't you give us a little bit on Fortel?
I'm sure. Thank you, Angela. So I feel ironic that we should be really asking the questions and you should be answering them. So Fortel is a company that helps online retailers increase their sales. We do it with product recommendations. Customers who bought this also bought these. You've seen it at Amazon, you've seen it at the large retailers, but all retailers don't have it. The mid-market doesn't have it. That's our focus. That's what makes us different. We take a technology that takes about 3 months to integrate. Other companies like Amazon did it in a custom solution, and we can integrate it in an hour. So we're going after the 400,000 mid-sized retailers, expanding from there, and we're bringing affordable pricing, a great solution. We're automating everything that's done manually by experts now. Think of Google Analytics and what it's done. We're going to do that to recommendations. So I guess I had some key points about, I could stop here. We're supposed to do a couple-minute intro.
Just a short couple minutes, and then we'll tease out the rest of it in the
Q&A. So I'll get these in Q&A then.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Okay. On to our next panelist, another serial entrepreneur. You notice a theme here? It's in the genes, right? So Kris Akins, a little-known great fact about Kris is that she also founded a wonderful company that comes out in boxes about this size called Tree in a Box. So I don't know if you've seen that product, but it's a great product and it's very successful. So she knows how to build and sell and brand lots of things. So her particular passion at the moment is BikeTrak, and BikeTrak is a fascinating company which I think touches just about every facet of expertise that we probably have in the Time membership. Everything from hardware to software to GPS to you name it, right, Kris?
The cloud, the software,
the cloud, everything.
App development, yes. And a lot of bike riding.
So we'll hear more about BikeTrak from Kris, but if you're looking for a place to dive in, whatever skill set you have, I promise you it will be relevant to help launch BikeTrak. Kris?
Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Yes, BikeTrak is actually needs a lot of expertise, and my background as an entrepreneur is more the business end. I've built several businesses. I've had a venture capital backed business, but I've had 2 bikes stolen since I moved to Portland, and both times I said, why isn't there a device to put on my bike to track it so that I can find it? So I went out and called on the people that I knew in the tech field, called Amber Case, and she goes, I've been tracking myself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last year and a half. And I was like, I never even knew people did this. But she says, call Monty Goodson, he's a hardware guy, and we've been working for about a year now. We've developed a prototype unit that is now on bicycles that is tracking them. There's an app that you hit the app, you can report a stolen bike with 1 click. It will also go not only to the police, you can send it to all your cycling friends, you can send it to your neighborhood watch group. So it's really developing a community that sees that there's a bike stolen and our friends want their bike back. So the hardware itself is one aspect of it, the software is another end of it, and the communication between the two is definitely key.
All right.
Thanks, Kris. Our last serial entrepreneur here, J.R. Storment, who is co-founder of Cloudability, another company recently getting great press, closed a $1+ million round with a Tier 1 venture capital firm from the Valley, a recent Pi graduate, And JR's got a great background as a serial entrepreneur, passionate about customer and evolving around web product management, web marketing, website development, has serviced many high-profile clients in his career, including Charles Schwab and Sotheby's. So, those aren't little home-built websites. Being a super achiever, as many entrepreneurs are, he was a top 40 business person under 40 at age 20. So, you do the math. The guy's good.
JR.
Definitely a lot of web in there. So Cloudability is a company, there's 3 co-founders, myself, Matt Ellis, and John Frisbee. We're based here in Portland, and we essentially help companies manage their cloud spending and save money. And on average, we can save our companies use our product about $2,000 a month. So essentially what we do is, you're all familiar with the cloud, I'm assuming, right? So the cloud is this amazing thing that is basically giving an app, a website, a tool for any business problem out there. And these tools are very scalable, and they're very agile, and they're immediately available with a credit card, the drop of a credit card. But the dirty little secret is they tend to be much, much more expensive if they're not managed very well. So we help companies manage the costs, keep things from going skyrockets and overages and whatnot. We have a couple different products that alert on cost, that make recommendations to people about where they're wasting money and tell them how they can waste less money, and help them discover new services that fit for them. So the company, we launched our private beta in August, and we now have 1,700 companies using it in 72 countries, and we're managing about $30 million of cloud spending right now. So kind of pretty quick adoption.
Fantastic.